How you guys doing today? Today I want to talk about 5 simple credit tactics to help you build your credit score fast in this year of 2025. If that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. Right before we get into these 5 tactics, I have some stuff to help you guys out on your credit journey. Yes, it's free, and this is to help you on your credit journey. Down below, there's something called a free letter bundle. In that free letter bundle, you'll get a pay to delete letter, a cease and desist letter, a goodwill letter, and what most people want within those letters is a debt validation letter. These letters are absolutely for free. Click the link down below. It's called a free letter bundle. Next, for those of you who are trying to clean up your credit, I have a 7-day credit repair boot camp. Absolutely for free. This is to help you on your journey to get started with cleaning up your credit. And then lastly, for those of you who want a free consultation with me, this way we can discuss what's going on with your credit. I can give you some ideas to help you with regards to your credit and tell you anything with regards to our business and how we're helping thousands of people get into the 700 Club. Down below is a free consultation with me in the description. Be sure to check those things out. First things first, let's quickly break down what a credit score is. It's basically a number that represents your credit worthiness. These numbers range from a 300 to an 850. The better your score is, the better your chances are getting approved for credit cards and car loans and house loans with favorable terms. That credit score is based on 5 factors: your credit history, your credit mix, your credit utilization, and new credit. So that gives the breakdown of your credit score. Now let's get right into the 5 tactics to help build your credit. Number 1 is something that you may not think is important, but it's very important, and that is paying your bills on time. There's 0 tolerance on late payments. One late payment has the ability to drop your score 50 to 100 points. So I don't care if you've had the credit card for 15 years. If you have one late payment, that can drop your score 50 to 100 points. So avoid late payments. One way to not forget, for those of you who have a bunch of credit cards or a bunch of accounts that you're actually having to pay on, set up the auto pay, at least at the lowest minimum payment, so that way if something comes up, you're not hit with that late payment, dropping your score by 50 to 100 points. Your payment history represents 35% of your FICO score, so make sure you pay on time. Tactic number 2, reduce your utilization, your credit utilization. There are 2 ways with regards to reducing your credit utilization. The first one is the obvious one, by actually paying down your balance. Let's say you had a $1,000 credit card, you spent up to $500 on that credit card. That would mean that you have a 50% utilization on that credit card. By paying that credit card down will reduce your credit utilization. Typically, standard is 30%. But what I teach everyone is use your credit cards like debit cards, only spend what you have in the bank, and try and keep a 0 utilization. What that means is if you spent the $100, you pay the $100 off on your payment due date, so that way it'll reflect a 0 balance, therefore having a 0 utilization. Whenever I've done that, whether I had a 1% utilization, a 10% utilization, or anything higher, a 0% utilization, I've always found that my credit score has gone high. Your credit utilization down. The second thing that you can do is, let's say for instance, a $1,000 credit card that you had the $500 utilization. Let's say you ask for a credit limit increase. You get the credit limit increase, you go from $1,000 to $3,000. Now your credit utilization goes from 50% of that $1,000 to about a little under 20% with a $3,000 credit increase. And I'm going to give you a little tactic with regards to those credit cards. For those of you who have them and you have positive payment history, ask for a credit limit increase every 6 months. It's what I've done on all of my credit cards. It's what I tell every single person that I know to do. Twice a year, ask for a credit limit increase. By doing that, your utilization will obviously go down if you do have balances on your credit cards. And by asking for a credit limit increase, that's how I've taken credit cards that I've had at $1,000 to $3,000 up to $30,000 plus. So ask for those credit increases every 6 months. The third tactic that I want to talk about is becoming an authorized user. Now, becoming an authorized user is where you're basically piggybacking off of somebody else's credit. Now, there's two key factors with regards to vetting and finding somebody. Number one, you're going to have to find somebody who has positive payment history. If they have a late payment and you are added as an authorized user, you will see your credit score drop. Number two, make sure that it's a credit card that has a long payment history, 2 years plus with regards to your credit. Another thing that I want you to think about is make sure that that credit card that you're being added as an authorized user has a low utilization, right? Utilization represents 30% of your score. So if you're piggybacking off of someone else's credit and you're added as an authorized user and their cards are maxed out, that can hurt your score as well. So you want to make sure that they have positive payment history and low utilization. So right when you're added as an authorized user on someone else's credit card, you get that credit history. So if they have the credit card for 2 or 3 years, right off the bat, it'll come up as a positive trade line on your credit report with that 2 years history. The fourth tactic is to diversify your credit mix. You have 2 different types of trade lines that will be on your credit report for the most part. You have revolving accounts and you have installment accounts. Revolving accounts are like credit cards, right? If you had a $1,000 limit, let's say you spent the $1,000 and then you paid that $1,000 off, you still have that $1,000. Revolving accounts can go forever. The oldest account that I have is 7 years, but it can go even further, 20 years, 30 years with regards to revolving accounts. Installment accounts typically have like what is called a maturity date. They have a start and an end, something like a car loan, right? You start out with a $10,000 loan as you're making your monthly payments over the course of, let's say, 60 months. Once you make your last payment of that $10,000, once you make that last payment plus obviously interest, you'll have a zero balance. But you won't get $10,000 again. It's over and it's done at that time span. That's called an installment. So you want to have a mix. You want to have some credit cards. You want to have some installment loans. Another example of revolving credit is a line of credit outside of credit cards. And another installment would be a mortgage or an actual personal loan. Have a credit mix that lets underwriters know about your credit worthiness and it'll help boost your score. The last tactic that I have for you to help build your credit fast in 2025 is checking your credit score regularly. I know it sounds crazy. I've gone through friends that I've played football with, family that I have, going to network marketing groups. A lot of times where things go bad is people not having credit monitoring. Something pops up on your credit report and you don't find out till you go and apply for a new car or a new house or some type of loan, and you have a collection account that's on there that may be on there fraudulently. By having credit monitoring, you will actually be able to monitor your credit and look at your credit every day so that you don't have any surprises or hiccups. I have partnered with Smart Credit, one of the best credit monitoring platforms across the board. Down below, I have a description to Smart Credit for those of you who don't have credit monitoring, and it's key that you have all 3 credit bureaus. Not just one, not just 2, get all 3. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Typically, you're going to have to pay for that. And down below, I did partner with Smart Credit. And for those of you who use the link to sign up with regards to that, if you want me to look at your credit, let me know. Sign up with my link down below, and I will look at your credit and figure out a tactic with regards to what you need to do to fix your credit. And there you have it. 5 simple tactics to help build your credit fast in the year of 2025. Don't forget about all the free stuff down below that I expressed in the beginning of the video. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And like I always state, you be great.